All right, thank you for staying with us. And the conversation still about Osun State. Earlier, we had a lawyer, a law lecturer, who spoke on the decision of the Osun State government, to file a suit, 31-count charge against UBA and some of its officials as regards the withholding of local government fund, which has been a subject of huge controversies since February 2025 till now. And of course, he made his position on the matter, in fact, faulting the Osun State government for going that route. And this morning, we have the man who speaks for the executive governor of Osun State here with us, talking about Governor Ademola Adeleke. Mallam Olawale Rasheed is making his debut on this program. Good morning, Mallam.
Good morning, listeners.
Yeah, good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Now, let's start from the first conversation we heard. It's been widely reported that the Osun State government has filed a suit at the magistrate courts, suing the UBA and some of its officials or with the withholding or the parts they are played in the withholding of local government fund in Osun State. And one will want to wonder why the Osun State government is doing that, especially at the heel of what the Supreme Court said the last time the Osun State government approached the Supreme Court, for, as regards these prayers, this same local government fund, and the Supreme Court said this case was dismissed actually because the Osun State government is not a direct beneficiary of this fund, and it's this the local government chairman that should be the ones seeking for prayers on the suit, and you have taken that route again, talking about the state government suing UBA at the magistrate court. Why?
Thank you very much. Let me first clarify, I'm not a lawyer.
Right.
But secondly, I know the matter is sub judice. It's
Right.
before a court of law, and normally you don't discuss it. But since you say you've spoken to a lawyer and you choose not to follow that precondition, let me first clarify that what I know simply.
He didn't speak about the substance of the matter.
No, he has spoken about it.
He spoke about the reason.
Okay, don't let us go into that. But what I know, and according to clarification we have gotten, is that there's a differentiation between civil and criminal cases.
Right.
The matter the Supreme Court handled was civil. In other words, if it has to do with civil matters, especially as it affects the local government, you don't have to come in. But this matter in question, going to court against UBA, is a criminal case. And anything criminal falls within the jurisdictions of the Attorney General of the state. In other words, a criminal case is a matter that violates the law of the state. And the law of the state, in this case, we all know, is the law passed by the State House of Assembly. So we have not done anything wrong by filing criminal cases. And what is that criminal case about? That is to say, UBA, under no circumstance, should not collude and should not act in form of releasing any of Osun State's local government fund to the court-sacked, tenure expired local government chairman. So I would simply clarify that what we have taken to court, to the magistrate court, is a criminal case, and it's within the purview of the state government, of the Attorney General of the state. I don't want to comment more on that because, like I told you, it's a matter before the court, and normally we don't. But to clarify to the members of the public, the state government has not done anything illegal. The state government has not acted against Supreme Court position. The reality is that the matter taken to the magistrate court has to do with criminal nature of the whole exercise.
All right. Still talking about the person we spoke with earlier, he made some assertions and he said the withholding of the funds, that it is the Osun State government that has been frustrating the payment of the local government allocation, and that's because you do not want it to be paid to the yes or no elected officials, and you want it to be paid to the other camp. That's one. And he said, yes, let's talk about that.
But you see, as media practitioners, what I always encourage people to do is that when you bring your guests, you actually ask them, the people he's referring to, what tenure is he talking about? Now, let's even assume that the tenure they claim to have, let's assume they have it, that tenure lapsed October 26.
He did say it was paused.
No. You see, that's why I said when you bring some guests who try to call up falsehood in garb of brilliance, I will encourage the media.
What is the stand of the state government?
We all know the truth that in 2022, Federal High Court sacked a set of people. There were 2 judgments. We all know it. One was contested. The other was also contested, but it was abandoned. Later, it was dismissed at the Court of Appeal. The matter went on and on. But as of today, we all know there is a subsisting court judgment that sacked these people. And when you are sacked and it's not overturned, there's nothing you can do about it. But let's even assume that they were not sacked. Let's assume they truly have that tenure. That tenure lapsed by October 26, 2025. So under what circumstances are they still holding on to the local government? That is one. 2, if you apply for tenure elongation, there are Supreme Court judgments. Rasheed Ladoja in Ibadan, he applied for extension of his tenure after that crisis. The Supreme Court said, no, the day your tenure lapses is the day you leave the office. That is one. Now, these people apply for tenure elongation. The case has not been heard. So on what basis are they still in the assembly? That person that you call must be an APC lawyer. And you know why he's putting that line? That's why most of the time our politics in Osun is degenerating. Because people no more hold value of rule of law. The reality is, if your tenure starts in 2022 and it's lapsed October 26, what are you still doing in council? And unfortunately, the police actually encourage them, provide security. So what the man is saying, all blah, 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 we don't normally want to go into it. We are putting it to the public. As of today, the people illegally occupying the council, they have no tenure. They have no business being there. Security agencies have no right, no duty, no legal duty to protect them. So don't drag us into what that lawyer said. I hope you have other issues about governance in Osun, deliveries in the sectors. Let's go into it.
Well, this is Before we leave this particular matter, let's also talk about your jurisdiction as the state government. Do you think you have jurisdiction at all, the right to file this particular charge?
Of course, I've explained to you.
As a state government,
the
government has autonomy.
No, you see the autonomy we are talking about. Who made the law for the local government? For the governance of the local government, according to the Nigerian Constitution, is the State Assembly. State Assembly is part of the state government. When State Assembly make a law, the body that enforces it when you violate it is the Office of the Attorney General. Especially when it comes to criminal matters. What is criminal matters in this matter? In this case, somebody want to tamper with local government money illegally against the law as prescribed by the State Assembly. The Attorney General has a duty to enforce the law, and that is what he's doing.
All right. Now, do we say, you talked about maybe we should rather talk about other issues about
let's talk about governance, what affect the people, not some people that want to get power through the back door. We should not be giving... Let me explain something to you. When you are running what we call democracy, what is democracy? By the people, for the people, of the people. People vote. Now you go to, you attempt an election. You violate the Electoral Act. You didn't observe the maximum 1 year notice that you are supposed to give. Somebody take you to court. The court said, oh, your election is illegal. You didn't follow the 360 something days. You are nullified. You have to court judgment against you. You pursue one, you abandon one. Later you rush to the second one. The second one that you run to, that one said, no, that judgment stands. What is that judgment? That you are illegally elected. You have no tenure. You use what you call federal power. You try to scatter everything. Yes, you hold on. You invade the council illegally. You are given protection by the police. Yes, continue. By October 26, all those shenanigans stopped because your tenure that you claim lapsed. You leave.
All right.
You didn't even answer my question. If you've been frustrating the payment of the funds.
You know why I don't want to go into that? Because your question is coming from what? From an illegal basis. What is the illegal basis?
A lawyer spoke.
No, that's why I said. That's why I said you brought an APC. Wait, you brought an APC lawyer. That these people that have been perpetrating what? Falsehood.
Is a citizen of
falsehood.
The state.
No, auntie. Listen, falsehood. What is the falsehood? I just put it to you. Everything I say is not true. Were they not sacked by court? Was their tenure not lapsed?
Well, that may be your interpretation.
What?
You talked about APC having lawyers and he's an APC lawyer. So what does your lawyers, what do they say?
It's not even my lawyer. Even you as a citizen, you know, just read the fact. When is the tenure ending? It is October 26, 2025. We don't need a lawyer to tell us that. If your tenure end and lapse, what are you still doing in the council? It's simple.
All right. You know, let's take it from there. You talked about bringing people, APC, PDP, trusters, to speak to everyone that has anything to do.
Of course, we did.
For balance, and I'm sure, very sure you know this as well. And every matter that needs being talked about will be discussed. Now, before we move into other aspects, do you think, sincerely, that the federal government has a position on this matter and they are intentionally frustrating the administration of local government in Osun State by virtue of the position they have taken on this matter so far?
That's exactly, you have just said it. And the APC people are not hiding it. They will come on here like somebody did this morning. We have federal power. We can do whatever we like. They went to the office of the Attorney General in Abuja, do a lot of things. They went to the office of the Minister of Finance, conducted a lot of errors and things like that, which was superimposed on the state. We all know federal authority are complicit. There is no doubt about it. The whole world knows. It's in the public domain. Attorney General, the Minister for Finance, and so many federal officials. So we don't have to debate it. They are using federal authority to frustrate local government administration. And what is the intention? We want to hijack the grassroots ahead of 2026 election. That's just it. And they failed.
Do you think that's the goal?
That's the goal. And they failed. Because people are so wise in us. Electorate, just go to town. You hear what people are saying. Electoral banditry, when you impose it on a level of government, you are indirectly creating for yourself hatred, electoral hatred among the people. People will run against you. They will fight against you.
Okay. Now, you have, just made a position about that. Now, the head of the federal government, as of now, the head of the nation is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Few months ago, your principal, the entire cabinet, made a promise that you are going to be supporting the same president come 2027. And you are talking about the federal government under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu frustrating whatever is going on in Osun State. Do you and your principal, do you regret that decision?
Let me first clarify something. Mr. President is the father of the nation. When you are the father of a household, you have 7 children. One is a drug addict. One is a professor. Another, you have all sorts of children, and you still have to manage them. So the president is our president. He's from Osun. The governor is the governor of the president in his home state. This is the ancestral state of the president. So we have a duty not to run against our son. That is the first foundation. The second foundation is this. When you are running a government, we believe most of the things happening in Abuja are not actually approved by Mr. President. Mr. President would not want to watch his own people suffering, especially at the local level, as some people are suffering. We believe this is from the Amubo camp and some other people.
What camp is that?
Amubo.
What camp is that?
I don't know, but they call somebody Amubo.
Yeah, the people deserve to know. You are making a position. The people, you should be explicit.
No, you know what I mean. I say Amubo people, the APC people.
Are the Amubo?
The APC people, yes.
All right.
The people call them Amubo. I don't know the full.
Okay.
So, but what I'm trying to point out on the more serious note is that we don't believe Mr. President is interested in imposing sovereign and national.
Are you saying he's not aware?
No, I'm not putting it that way. Well, we believe that is not. No, it's like some people are in charge of that. Let me give you an instance.
Please.
We went to court. And truly, Mr. President met Mr. Governor. And there were discussions. We came back. You heard what Senator Mishori said. He said when the governor was to come to the party, he was called by somebody to go and frustrate it. We all know the story. We don't believe Mr. President is actually behind all this matter. That's our submission.
So you really wanted to join the APC?
That was then.
Okay.
And why? Because the governor was invited.
Okay.
He was and the governor said, if my president is inviting me, let me answer. Then Senator Missouri confessed that it was used to frustrate that. And of course, the governor stayed back. And we are now in accord.
Are you
the best
still,
party so far.
Right. Are you still maintaining that decision? Is your principal maintaining that decision to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027, even when the federal government under him, according to you, has not been helpful?
But you see,
why are you changing your mind?
The governor made that statement and he has not reversed it.
Are you standing by it?
As long as he has not reversed it, we are standing by it.
Even when the leadership under him and all of his...
You have to look at the principle. What in
it's like you are saying there is somebody you are supporting, and under the person, the house, your house, is being frustrated, and you are still claiming that you are supporting. Make sense.
Let's go back to the principle.
Yeah, what's the principle?
How come the governor announced that support for Mr. President?
How?
Mr. President is from Osun. In other words, it's our son, even though our father. And you have a duty to protect your own. That was the position of Mr. Governor. Now, you have done your own part. That is, the governor has done what? His own part. Of actually following what tradition says. You don't fight your person. You stand by your person.
Okay.
If Igbo people, Hausa people are attacking the president, that attack should not come from us.
Even if the person is not helping your cause, you keep supporting.
No. Let me tell you something. In an election, who determines who wins? The people. We have the people. We have the electorate. The governor has delivered, and the governor still insists we won't violate the principle. If you are our son, we have a duty to stand by you. Even if you don't stand by us, that does not remove the principle.
Now, with what has been happening, and you see what you have said, the federal government, definitely, according to you, the president might not be in support of what is happening. Have your principal and the leaders in the state, have you gone back to the president to say, see what your people are doing to us?
I'm not in a position to speak on that.
You speak for the governor. Why?
No, why I'm saying that.
Why?
Leaders talk.
Yeah.
Leaders hold conversations. Not all conversations are in public domain.
Mallam, you hold brief for your principal, isn't it?
No, I've said it now. I said leaders converse. They trade issues and talk about issues. Not all the issues are in public domain. And of course, not all the issues you are allowed to speak about.
The point
so I want to go into that one. And
as the principal sought audience of Mr. President to say, this is my position. What can you do on the matter?
You see, you remember the last time Mr. Governor visited?
When was the last time?
Last year.
Okay.
Now, if they've met again and again and again, I won't know. You
won't know. Mallam.
No, let me tell you why you won't know.
Yeah.
Leaders have a way of meeting that their supporters may not know.
Yeah? You're not a supporter. You speak for Mr. Governor.
No, that's what I mean.
Okay.
They have a way of meeting that you may not know. And even if you know, you are not authorized to speak about.
So you are not authorized to speak on
No. I'm putting the two.
Okay.
There are meetings, our leaders, as I'm talking to you, the governor may have had series of meetings tonight. I mean, this one.
There is none that you will not be privy of.
Oh, are you sure?
You are a spokesperson.
No.
Okay, so which is it in this case? You're not authorized to speak, or you just don't want to speak about?
I've given you the periscope, the total picture of our philosophy about relating with Mr. President. He's our son, he's from this state. We have a duty to stand.
And you're going to support him?
No, I'm saying we have a duty to stand by him. Now you ask, has the governor reversed his position? If the governor has done that, he will say it. If he has not, he will say it when the right time.
The question I asked that you have evaded so far is, as your principal sought audience with Mr. President to say, this is our position, this is not helpful, we are your children, how are you going to intervene?
I'm not evading it.
Okay, so what are you saying?
I put you to you. My brother.
You'd rather put it to the people.
No, my brother,
okay.
Mr. Dufila, may have had 1 or 2 meetings this morning now.
Yeah.
Some you may be privy to. Some you'll be privy to that you can't speak about.
Okay, so
that's how leadership
That's
runs.
what Tokwe is asking. Which is it?
So in this case, whether Mr. Governor has decided to see the president or they've seen, I may not be able to talk about
today.
it. Yes, I may not be able to talk about
all right.
it.
All right. Since we're talking about governance and the state affairs, recently there was a staff audit report.
Yeah.
I mean, the audit happened last year, but that was a report that the state government is refuting now about ghost workers. You disagree on the report and all of this. Tell us about that development.
Yeah. Thank you very much. By 2023, Sally Tibot was engaged. What was the basis of the engagement? Reports they were
engaged in 2023.
Yes, early 2023.
Yeah.
We came on board November 2022. So Tibot was engaged early 2023. What was the basis? There were reports of staff fraud, payroll fraud. And the governor said, okay, let's clean up the system, if there is any. Mind you, the payroll being audited is the payroll inherited from the previous administration. Because as at January 2023, there has been no employment. The governor has not expanded the payroll system. We still retain the payroll inherited from Oyetola administration. Champs that was in charge of payment was still inherited then from the Oyetola administration. And the governor said, okay, let's check the payroll. What are the errors if there is any? So Tibot came in. And we all know what happened in the state. It was war for those months when the staff audit was ongoing. Fighting between her and the workers, so many things happened. Eventually, she rounded it up and submitted a report. In the report, the governor and many of us were declared as ghost workers. Many political appointees were the vice chancellor of Union was declared as ghost worker. So we look at the report and said, no, wait, how can the VC be a ghost worker? SSG, chief of staff. Okay. Then something must be wrong with this report. So a verification committee was set up. And these people came, and we discovered that instead of, let me give you the figure. Tibot declared 8,448 workers as ghost workers. Then 6,000 plus pensioners as ghosts. So the verification commissioner discovered that these people were not ghost workers. They were simply not available to the woman because of the fighting. So they came, they were verified, and we discovered that we cannot reach 433. They are not even ghost workers, but they cannot be reached. Some of them are abroad and all those. So, strange enough, the total number of ghost workers you discover will now determine what you are paid as a consultant. So we discover that the ghost worker scenario was inflated to increase the pay that the woman will got. And the governor said, no, if I'm looking for fraud, to stop fraud, I cannot commit another fraud. Moreover, we have an example in Kogi. This same woman conducted one in Kogi. The governor of that state actually implemented it. The court reversed it because the court proved that those people that were called ghost workers are not ghost workers.
All right.
So in this case, the governor now said, okay, as a starting point, stop the salaries of everybody that were called ghost workers. And it was stopped. Go and verify yourself. Go and show yourself that you are not a ghost worker. And they did. Secondly, we started the payroll digitization as recommended by the consultant. So we now come to conclusion that instead of 1.3 billion that she was requesting, our money is just 50 million. So lawyers were exchanging correspondences. They insisted on 1.3 billion. We insisted on 50. And that was why the lady now went on here to level those allegations. All
right, two questions now. Talking about her recruitment process, we've spoken about this with Barrister Kolapo Alimi, Commissioner for Information, and he said expressly that it was a restricted recruitment process. I mean, it wasn't an open bid. And you're saying you got this based on, he said, she got the job based on recommendation. And here you are also alluding to the fact that there was a previous job that she did in Kogi that was thrown away as well. How did you decide on on a person whose work you do not trust. That's one. Two, in this case, why that payment agreement? Why that particular payment agreement?
You see, to cut long story short, the governor wants to stop fraud. You know, there are bidding processes.
Yes.
There are various types of bidding processes. So the bidding process used to get her in was allowed within the law. It's nothing illegal. You can have a preferred selection for a bid. But that's not even the matter we should be talking about now. I think the matter we should be talking about now
when
is
it concerns
taxpayers, I will tie
it should be one of the matters.
I should tie it to the answer to the question. What we should be bothered about is this. Governor wants to stop fraud. Engage somebody in line with the law to stop it. The person wants to commit.
A competent person.
Yes.
Whose report you can trust and implement.
When I engage you as a consultant or a contractor, the only condition to verify your competency is what they call MIE. After you have done the job, they verify what you have done, and on the basis of that, you are paid. So in this case, we've got somebody to try to stop alleged fraud. The person came in and attempted to commit another fraud. Now, the governor discovered it and what? Stop it. So, one, the governor should be commended for actually stopping counter fraud on alleged fraud.
It was the same governor that you once commended who asked her to come do the job in the first place.
No, if I ask you to come and do a job, that's not a crime. The only thing is this: if you do the job, I have a duty to verify what you have done.
So why not take the other route that could have been better and open bid, so you get competent hands to do the job?
Let me delve into something. One area that you don't normally have bidders coming on board is Stafford. You know why people don't go into it? It's one of the most dangerous jobs you can ever take. So most of the time, when you call for bid, open bid for staff auditing, you hardly have the right people who have the courage to come on board. In this case, what you now do is this: you search around. Who are those people that have done this? What is their pedigree? Can we trust them to do this? If you trust them, you still have the
But you did talk about her pedigree, at least a recent one that you talked about.
No. Let me, in our favor, let me say this. If you've done 5 jobs and you have problem with 3, and you are bidding for a job, you show testimony from all the 4, you show the one you have done well, and you have testimony of people that say yes. And you are claiming that the one you didn't do well, it was resistance of people that were perpetrating the fraud. In other words, the person will have a 50-50 chance. In this case, when she presented her case for the transition committee, I was a member. People look at it that, okay, she has problem in some area, but she has competency in some area. Let's try her.
All right. Because of the exigency of time, we have less than 3 minutes.
Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
But will you agree that, with benefit of hindsight, you engaging Sally Tibot possibly was a bad call? Was a wrong move?
You see, when you are running a government,
it's not a bad thing to own up to.
No. You know what? When you are running a government and you are running very difficult, you are faced with a very difficult situations.
Right.
As a leader, you take decisions.
Yeah.
Your job is to ensure that whatever decision you are taking, your state is not changed. In this case of Sally Tibot, the state has not lost anything.
Okay.
Because the governor was vigilant. We give you a job, you can't get paid until there is a man here.
But time was wasted, and that can never be retrieved.
No, it's not even time wasted. We gain something from it.
Okay.
We now have biometric payroll system. That's one good thing for
my question
the
is,
verification exercise, was it at a cost to the state?
No, the cost is what we are talking about now.
The re-verification, the one you said.
No, the cost is what we are talking about now. That is the payment for the job done, which was tied to
you said our job
number of
was revalidated. The revalidation is what he's asking. Was it done
the revalidation?
No, of course it helped. Because the revalidation also
was it at a cost to the
No, it was not at a cost.
All right, quickly, before we won't end the show without talking about your principal's re-election plan. 8/8/2026 is the time. He has just jumped ship, left the PDP, and then he's a member of the Accord. All of you guys are member of the Accord now. And some might say maybe
and it's also wearing yellow everywhere.
No, that's not yellow. That doesn't have anything. Let's stay on course. Now, the point is, some are saying your principal left it too late to move, actually. The election is less than 7 months away.
You see, contrary to what you are saying, some people said it's too early.
How far?
Because some people say, oh, your election is October. Just somebody called me yesterday and said, we people should not have rushed like that. Now, let me give you an instance. You are having a sitting governor, a very popular governor. And you have a Accord that is now everywhere in Osun. Yellow everywhere you go now. That's what people are saying. It's not late. Movement is not late. We have a governor that has something to show the people he has performed.
What are his chances?
The chances are very high. I want to tell you, my governor will beat Amubo by more than 75%.
And ADC?
The APC.
ADC.
ADC. No, I'm talking of Amubo.
So the ADC are not even part of the...
No, they are. They are.
Because you have got this
Right Honorable Najim Salam. It's also one of the best people we have in the state. But when you are talking of the three, I want to tell you my governor will take more than 75% of the vote. You see, you just go to the street and you see what people are talking about.
All right. But then that would be the prerogative of the Osun people.
Of course.
To make that.
And that's why when somebody said, oh, I'm expecting a goalpost without a keeper and all those, that's why the person is in trouble now.
Okay.
People are saying, oh, you are not even counting on us as the voters.
All right. Mallam Olawale Rasheed, spokesperson to the Osun State Governor. Thank you for your time and your take. And we hope to get to see more of you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. And thank you, listeners.
All right. Talk where we have to go.
All right. Thank you very much, dear listener. Thank you, viewers, for, joining us on this Tuesday installment of Morning Spring and Western Spring Television. We hope you keep abreast of situations happening around you.
All right.
My name is Timitope Ajijolaoluwa.
Yeah, we are being knocked to get out of the studio. Femi Ojo is my name. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless Nigeria.